On today's episode of MotoCheez.
What's up, guys? This is a stock carburetor, which is a Keihin P25 that comes on that Hellcat 125. I want to compare all three because just going from this carburetor to the Mikuni carburetor, which is a 26 millimeter, and it made an actual huge difference. So now I just bought this Nibi, which is a 26 millimeter also. I want to take measurements and see what the actual physical differences are. You can see they're all different. Looking into the holes of just these two, the Mikuni is definitely bigger, as you can see. This made a huge difference. Now I'm going to go from this to this. This has an enrichment circuit for a choke, as this is a Mikuni. The Keihin Carb has a choke flap for the enrichment for the choke. I could see where there's going to be a little bit of an issue with this Nibi. I don't have an air filter big enough. So let's start with the air filter. That's a 40, let's say 41 millimeter OD, 36 millimeter. Now the Nibi, I mean, you can see the drastic comparison in sizes. And yes, the intake hole on the head for the Hellcat is actually 25 millimeters. If you use your stock intake, you can see it's already too small, because this is a 20, almost, it's probably a 21 millimeter. I chamfered this down because I used a stock intake until I got a manifold that was large enough. I mean, that's a pretty good size difference. So now we're going to compare to Nibi, which is going to need an air filter, 48 millimeters. The inside, almost 42 millimeters. That is a lot more volume of air going through than this even, because that is oval. And the intake side, 25.5 millimeters. This one's just under 25. 26. You see the difference here? So I'm not sure, but all this should add up if the head can handle all this airflow. Like, I don't know the actual CFM that head can handle. So now let's see what these plungers look like. Now right off the bat, you can see, look at the size of the plunger differences. Stock one, which is a Keihin carburetor, that one's about 18 millimeters. The Mikuni is 20 millimeters, a little over. The Nibi, almost 28 millimeters. Almost. Wow, what a huge difference. That's insane. Let's look at the needles. The needle on the Nibi seems to have a much more tapered needle than on the Mikuni. And the Keihin Carb, this is adjustable on the Mikuni. And the Nibi, of course. And it looks like it's set in the middle. So I'm keeping it in the middle to start with. Now, I had a few people ask what kind of jets are in this. I'm not sure. It comes with a couple jets. These are the jets that come with it. It comes with another primary or slow jet. Looks like the float level is level, just like you do with pretty much most of these carburetors. That level's got to be level with that. This has it says a 1B110, a 1B40 primary or slow jet. It comes with the same jet. Comes with a 1B40 jet. Why would it come with the same primary jet? Well, that's a little bit of a fail. So it comes with two 1B40 primary jets. There's a 113, a 115, and a 118. So it's starting out with a 110, which is the leanest. And that, my friends, is the differences between these carburetors. Alright, now let's see what kind of jets. It sure looks like it. Yep, they're Keihin jets. Yep. Well, let's slam this thing on there.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I got it in there. Let's see how she runs now. I don't know about the mixture, but too lean. Hopefully you can see this. It's 1.5 turn out right now. That's another full turn from what it was. Let's try lifting a needle one. Little groove for that keeper to stay in there. It's pretty neat. Okay. So we're going to put it to the second from the bottom, which will raise it up one more. That goes to the idle adjustment. That goes to the pin that lines it. The idle adjustment is on this side, so well, it feels like the low's good, but I think we got to go up on the main jet.
A few moments later.
I might be able to go even one bigger. We'll try it.
A few moments later.
Up to 115, let's see. Still. Yep. A wide open throttle cut. It sounds lean to me. That's lean. Very lean still.
A few moments later.
Is there a 120 in there?
A few moments later.
Maybe. No bog in there. It's better. I'm gonna have to try it down the road. Idling good though. I don't know, I think the carburetor might be too big. It comes to a point where it's just oversized, apparently. Unless you think I should try to go up one more. Probably because the exhaust is holding it back, but then if the exhaust was holding it back, you'd think it would be rich faster. I just can't understand how come I can keep going that much bigger. It doesn't even make any logical sense.
A few moments later.
122. No, it's definitely too rich. Too rich. You can hear it when it's wide open, it's doing that little popping. So 120 main is the perfect jet for that. So now it comes down to, is there such a thing as too big of a carburetor? I think so. I don't think that engine, the way it's set up, is going to use that much CFM of that carburetor. So although it's as good as the Mikuni definitely has better throttle manners. Would I buy the Nibi to replace the stock carburetor? Absolutely. Especially if you plan on putting a pipe, plan on doing a big bore, put a bigger head on. Definitely worth it then. Now for me, I'm going to end up putting another motor on this. So it's not worth it for me. I'd rather get the Mikuni 26mm. It's cheaper and it ran better and just as fast as the Nibi. The Nibi's worth the money, but you're going to have to go more all-out performance. I'm going to save that Nibi for another project. Put the Mikuni back on. That carburetor ran perfect through the entire throttle range and RPM range, wide open, idle, everything. That carburetor on this stock engine is perfect. The Nibi, it's a racing carburetor. You could start with that, but you're going to have to go up, which means a louder pipe, port the heads, get a bigger head actually, big bore, but I'm not going that route with this one.
We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
MotoCheez. Hey. Thanks, Udi Rides. That's cool. Let's see what Udi has to say. Hey, Cheese. Mentioned before, I love watching your videos over and over and over because you do things on your own. Thanks, Udi Rides. That's awesome. These will be put to good use. I have to think about where I want to put these.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.